Sowmya Iyer, the founder and CEO of DViO Digital, onto the stage.
I called for a town hall meeting with my employees a few months ago and asked them, how many of you are using ChatGPT or any AI tool? And they thought it was a trick question because it was at the backdrop of many global marketing and creative organizations banning ChatGPT. I made it a mandate in my organization to use ChatGPT and any other AI tool that could be of value to the organization. And there are 1,000 products, AI products, that are being launched every week. Reason? If we don't embrace disruption, we will be disrupted. So my HR came to me and asked, we're doing these interviews and we're rejecting people if they're using ChatGPT to give us their answers. So what's the right way for us to evaluate candidates when we interview them? And I said, the answer is prompt engineering. You guys familiar with the word prompt engineering? Well, prompt engineering is nothing but your ability to interact with AI to create the desired output. Yeah? And the more specific you get, the more interesting you get with your questions, the better the output. Yeah, so you have some fun conversations going on here. So a lot of experimentation really, and prompt engineering is a skill that you learn, right? This is not just generative AI, text-based generative AI, but also for creative production. Right? When you speak about DALL-E and Midjourney, the more specific you get with what you want to see, clear facial features, cinematic, 35mm, accent lighting, so on and so forth, global illumination, apply, and boom, you're going to have the result. So prompt engineering, in a sense, will become the most significant skill for people in organizations today. Now, what's really happening here? Let's step back and look at what's happening. It's best explained by the concept of human colossus by Tim Urban. In essence, with AI, every content that exists, every content piece, every way of thinking among the 7 billion people potentially is now existing with an AI, right? So it's really coming together. The way Tim, for example, speaks about it is the collective intelligence and capabilities of the entire human population working together. He suggests that while individual human intelligence is limited, the combination of human minds collaborating effectively can achieve remarkable feats. Yeah, so at a click of a button, we have access to potentially 7 billion ways of thinking. So I personally feel that we are at a very, very interesting moment in humanity, folks. It's scarily exciting, really, because if human progress looked organic and like this, what we're going to see now is a hockey curve, right? And it sort of reminds me of a movie. Have you guys seen the movie Lucy? Yeah? So, and they speak about just 5% of the human brain that's used as on today by all of us. So maybe this is the time that we're going to unleash the 95% of human brain potential. And why is this going to happen? It's because, in a sense, AI is going to take care of all the routine and the mundane jobs, really freeing us up to take us to the next orbit, the new ways of thinking, for original thinking. Research says that every single idea that we have, more than 99.99% of the ideas that we have are influenced by already existing ideas, right? Original thought is a very rare thing, folks. AI is going to free us up for original thought. So the question we get asked often for some more immediate issues that are facing the world: will human beings, the way we know them today, become obsolete? Will it take away jobs? Well, not if you know prompt engineering. But let's look at it this way. When we learn to drive cars, walking didn't become obsolete. When we learned to fly, driving cars didn't become obsolete. What these technologies really help us do is get there faster, become more productive, right? And also create some sort of global access. So look at AI as access. Yeah, it really is an access, right? I look at AI as an equalizer. Why is it an equalizer? Because think about it this way. If AI can write better than human beings, if it can code better than human beings, then what world are we living in? The value of your writing skills has gone down dramatically, and I'm okay with that. The value of your coding skills, probably, you won't have any value, and I'm okay with that. Why? Because the person who will win in a world like this is a person with the right idea, a right product. If you don't have access to coders or talent, if you don't have access to resources, that's fine. Do you have the right insight? Do you have the right product? If you do, you'll win. If you don't know how to write, if you're not an English first person or any language first person for that matter, but you have a great story to tell, you will win. And therefore, I think we actually are entering the era of true equality through the access that AI brings to us. The limitations, let's just put this in perspective. What AI is doing for us today is processing massive amounts of data at great speed that human beings cannot do. It's uncovering patterns for us which perhaps our brains cannot process. It's providing predictive and prescriptive analysis. But I was speaking to you about original thought. For that, we need humans. Yeah. So creativity, original thought. So AI is bringing to you what already exists in the universe, and it's bringing it to you at a very fast pace. But original thought, we need human beings. Complex decision making, right? People-centric decision making, HR problems, right? Emotional issues that you have to deal with. AI cannot do that. Social interaction and empathy, there may be bots which can do customer service, but human touch is not going away. Contextual understanding and common sense, unpredictability and dynamic environments. AI will not know what to do in case of a pandemic, for example, right? So let's put in perspective. Let's look at what it is. What was not possible before? I mean, let's bring it to the industry, let's bring it to retail, and let's look at what was not possible before that is possible now because of AI, right? Mike Walsh, who's a futurist, outlined some really interesting shifts. Let's look at the first shift. The question to ask us is, are you running a product business or are you running a platform business? Yeah? So what does it mean? It's very, very interesting, folks. I think people who are really winning the game today in businesses are people who are running platform businesses. So product model that creates, it's a business model that creates value by delivering products and services down the supply chain. So if you're a brick and mortar retailer, you're running a product business, right? And a business model that's got the supply side and the demand side, and with every interaction that is happening on the platform, you're capturing data, you are running a platform business, right? And the beauty of platform business is you unleash the power of what you call as the network effect. Yeah, quick examples. Amazon, from a retailer, became a marketplace. Apple moved towards iTunes, an app store. Fiverr, demand side, supply side, talent, clients, hotels, homestays, Airbnb, content creators, Netflix, right? So that's the shift that we're talking about. I'm currently studying at the Harvard Business School, and all the businesses that I have examined in the course of my study, I can tell you that the businesses that are winning today are the ones who have the advantage of information arbitrage. And a platform gives you access to information arbitrage. Yeah, and it's primary data, folks. So it's not secondary data, it is not desktop research. If you have direct primary data access, know your customer firsthand, which is what platforms can give you, you're winning the game. The second interesting shift to look at is how we as human beings will interact with software. When businesses present themselves as platforms and engage with customers, because the machines are able to track every interaction and engagement, we will start to build an entire experience around the customer. Right? So it's almost like you have a relationship with the product or service. Let's look at Netflix. Let's look at Careem. Let's look at Spotify. Yeah? How many of you remember how much you pay for any of these things? The last ride on Careem maybe? Your Netflix subscription maybe? You don't. Because they've created a valuable relationship with you. They've worked around your personality in a way that they're a part of your life. Yeah? Now, and the third very interesting shift is data to insights. There was a couple of years ago, I was at a conference in Hong Kong and they spoke about how, there are fads that come and go, and big data was a fad, right? Everyone was speaking about big data at a point in time, and then no one really knew what to do with it. It's only because we didn't have the right infrastructure to unleash the power of big data. With AI, we are able to unleash the power of big data. And this brings me to a very interesting example on Amazon. The Amazon warehouse, one would think, is a gigantic place where all the products are stocked up, and then if you place an order, and then it gets delivered, right? No. What they're doing is actually the product is not even in the warehouse until a couple of days before you order. So how do they know you're going to order the stuff? Alexa maybe? So maybe not. It's data. They're studying your data, they're studying your individual buying patterns, and they're making sure they stock up just before you order. So we see more changes in the next 5 years than there have been in the last 50 years. We've spoken about metaverse, NFT, big data, driverless cars, right? And all of these over the last 5 or 6 years have been spoken about, and we thought they were fads, right? They came and went. If you thought NFT and metaverse is a fad, watch out. There's a difference between excitement without understanding and really knowing where technology is going and why these technologies are relevant. One of the reasons why we thought it was a fad is because we didn't have the environment for these platforms to unleash, right? Web 3.0, infrastructure, simply not available. But now with AI and the infrastructure falling in place, all of this is changing. So what we need to do is pause and think about how these technologies that you saw on the previous slide are going to change your business. And it'll be interesting to run a futures wheel on your organization, which means take a part of your business. Look at all these technologies, which include blockchain, NFT, metaverse, AR, VR, AI, ML, how it is likely to change each aspect of your business. And then you take it through the consequence levels and see what your business could look like 5 years from now. So the reason why we should do this is because as leaders, folks, our job is to deal with the future. Not with people, not with circumstances, not with challenges, not with situations. To deal with the future. Thank you. It's always an honor to speak at Images Retail. Hope this was helpful. I look forward to engaging with you guys.